Say hello from me to you. I've got a battle against Inert Fury. That wasn't a very good theme song. Anyways, we are both leading with Steel Psychic types because that is the thing to do in this day and age. This is from Battle for Charity 3. I'm going to try and get all these out of the way. My chair is rocking back and forth because I feel like it. He's going to set up a Reflect as I U-turn out because, as we all know, most Jirachis should not carry U-turn. In case they do not know how it will affect them, they should always make sure that they look at their nutrition facts on the side of the bottle before using U-turn, because it may have deadly side effects, such as switching out and then having rocks thrown at you before you go back into your Pokeball, and also being attacked by people who are trying to pursue you. Now then, he goes to Flamethrower my sturdy guy, but it doesn't really matter, because sturdy would have saved me unless he burned me, but that doesn't seem to be the case. Going to go out to Virizion, and he figures I'm going to Hidden Power Ice. Why else would I go out to this? And now I'm going to go out to my Fortress again because I'm shaken, not stern. Things are very good to have. Although I still don't exactly remember the point of this nickname. I guess Rapid Spinning is like stirring, and shaken, not stern. Anyways, I'm going to go for the second Volt Switch, because Volt Switch is the most powerful move in anybody's arsenal, especially with something that has such high special attack as our friend Fortress. Now, we're going to Fire Blast this Metagross, and it's going to be seared to slight health, but it's going to Earthquake, for it is angry at us. However, since it does not max attack Metagross, it will not survive the onslaught of... well, it can't create a high enough Earthquake. Anyways, I thought he was going to be bullet punching there, so I decided to go out to my D-City Rock. But that's not the case. As my Gyarados is sitting here singing Anarchy and all the other lyrics from it, I'm going to miss a Stone Edge. As we all know, Stone Edge is programmed to miss exactly 0.076 times in a row. And that doesn't really amount to a whole lot, but it's a number that I just made up in my head while I am doing this. Shaken is going to be burned, because shaken, not stern, but I didn't say anything about it not getting burned. And now I'm going to go out to my Toxicroak, and it's just a poisonous frog. I mean, what is there? Do I need to explain something, honestly? And I think I've already said that before, but in case you are left out on the ability to watch older videos, for they are old. And we all know that all things that are old are not good anymore because the youth have decided to push their elderly into senior centers, although I can't exactly say I blame everybody for doing that. Now then, Cell Phone Pun is going to come out and live up to its impossible name to have standards for, as I get tricked into staying astray from this Chandelure and going into this thing to take on a Vapoleon, because I guess that's the joke there, since it's a Empoleon, or that, or he just saved over a Vaporeon, doesn't really matter. Or should I say Gen, because, Pokesave is totally not cool anymore. Which is why I still use it, because I just don't like Pokegen. It's counterproductive to me. I like being able to work on multiple things at one time and not having to set and load and do everything else. It's just an annoyance to me. Now he's going to go out to a Sawsbuck, and by the meaning of all logic, I managed to hit and crit with Stone Edge, because that is not possible this day and age. He's going to bring out his Salamence to intimidate me, and more than likely get off an attack, or at least an attack lower. Because that is Salamance's job when it's on low health and it cannot outspeed something with +1 speed. Now he's going to go out to a Sigilyph, and this is the beginning of the end, to use a cliche. Sigilyph is going to go for its usual onslaught of moves. I'm going to try and Dragon Dance up so I can negate the effects of the Psycho Shift coming my way, since I know that a Stone Edge from a Gyarados will not hit a Sigilyph last turn, because I just kind of figured it wouldn't, because it probably wouldn't, and then I would have done this turn and wouldn't done as much damage without the -1 attack, I guess, technically, with a burn, because I was at 1 neutral, and then I went back up to 1, and now I'm at like -1 with burn, I guess. I don't know. He's going to go for all sorts of moves with his Sigilyph that will prevent him from dying anytime soon, for that is the way of the Sigilyph, and Sigilyph is known in the best of ways. And out comes my Virizion. I'm going to try and Calm Mind up 1,000,000 times to try and destroy him, but he has the stored power, and since he has a storage unit full of power, he's going to be able to destroy me in 2 turns. As we all know, if you leave a cell phone in storage, it's going to die. At least, next time you bring it out, it probably won't work signal-wise, but you'll probably still be able to mess around with it. I don't know what you want to do with a phone that you couldn't call anybody on, unless it was a smartphone, in which case you can do a lot of things on it. Going to go out to my Toxicroak, and I just barely miss killing this guy, because that's just the cool thing to do with Toxicroak, is come in, hit something, and then not kill it. So now I have to decide whether or not I'm going to sit in here and just Swords Dance. I probably should have Swords Danced last turn and then gotten him down to the lower health, but now he's going to be back at full, as I'm going to hit him with either a Sucker Punch or an Ice Punch. I can't remember. They don't do... Sucker Punch wouldn't have done that much more, unfortunately. As you can see, Ice Punch does half, and then Sword Power is going to unquestionably finish me off for the weakness of Psychic, because Toxicroak is afraid of the future. Now I'm going to go back out to my Interpret and die to Stones, because Stealth Rock. And now I'm going to go out to my Jirachi, and I'm going to have to do the thing that everybody loves to do with Jirachi, and that is go for hacks, which of course I don't get, because if Jirachi worked for me, then the world would be a worse place. Since we all know that using flinch haxing Pokemon is so homosexual for whatever reason, not exactly understanding why that is, but it apparently is. Of course, I get the flinch the turn after I'm psycho-shifted, for psychotically pressing the shift button will apparently burn your Jirachi if you know how to do so. I suppose if you did it enough, you could somehow trigger a thing to make your processor become super hot and then somehow burn everything in the vicinity, but I don't really think that's terribly possible. Thankfully, Rich did not go for the roost there, because if he had roosted, I probably would have been like, man, Rich, I thought you were cool. I thought we were friends. But, we are friends, so he's not going to do that. Although he probably could have done that in 1-2-0 instead of 1-0, since I know this is a 1-0 game. And Jirachi is my last. That's why I have not switched out or anything. At least I'm pretty sure it's my last. U-turn wouldn't have done any more than Iron Head, just so we're clear. I was hoping sort of for a miss here, so I could get him attacked, but he doesn't miss because it's not Stone Edge, and only Stone Edge is sanctioned to miss in these parts. Anyways, that was a good game, Rich. I hope you guys enjoyed the battle, and I would not mind comments and stuff because I love comments. I know people always say they don't have anything to say, but I see videos where people just flat out 6-0 somebody and everybody has like a million things to say and they're like, oh my god, you're such a good battler, you destroyed a scrub, I can't believe you were able to destroy somebody who did not know anything they were doing, oh my god, I love you so much, I'm going to send you 1 million subscriptions and give you 5 million likes with all my accounts, and all the other stuff that I do not tend to care for, I suppose. Anyway, overrated sometimes, some people and their things, but I'm not making any names here. Oh hey, somebody on my Steam thing is playing Team Fortress 2.